"I've seen enough drug addicts to know one," the pharmacy manager said loudly, making sure other customers heard. The woman in jeans and a hoodie just nodded and walked away. But 48 hours later, when that same woman returned with a team of federal agents to arrest the pharmacy's night shift supervisor for illegal opioid distribution, the manager realized he'd just insulted the hero who was cleaning up his neighborhood. Welcome to Silent Heroes, where tales of quiet courage and hidden honor are told. Let's uncover what really happened. Westside Pharmacy in Phoenix, Arizona, was located in one of the city's busiest areas. This pharmacy on McDowell Road was frequently visited by families, elderly people, and workers during daytime hours. But in the evening hours, a different customer profile emerged. Younger, more hurried, and often people who came with suspicious prescriptions. Pharmacy manager Rick Thompson had been working in this business for 15 years and had closely witnessed the opioid crisis in Phoenix. At 45, Rick was an experienced pharmacist who was quite good at detecting fake prescriptions and people coming to look for drugs. At least, that's what he thought. In recent months, the number of suspicious customers coming to his pharmacy had increased, and Rick was being extra cautious. On Tuesday afternoon around 3:30, a woman in a hoodie, dark jeans, and sneakers entered the pharmacy. The woman appeared to be 35 to 40 years old. Her hair was in a ponytail, she wore no makeup, and was dressed quite plainly. She carried a small bag and several papers in her hand. This woman was Special Agent Lisa Rodriguez. Lisa had been working in the FBI's Phoenix division for 12 years, specializing in narcotics crimes. For the past 6 months, she had been investigating the increasing opioid deaths in the Westside area. The statistics were alarming. Opioid overdose deaths in the area had increased by 300% in the past year. Lisa's team's investigations showed that one of the central points of illegal opioid distribution could be Westside Pharmacy. There were suspicions about David Chen, the supervisor working the night shift. Reports had been received that Chen was distributing excessive amounts of opioids in exchange for illegal prescriptions. For this operation, Lisa was using an undercover identity. She had to look like a normal neighborhood resident, not draw attention, and gather evidence of Chen's illegal activities. Therefore, she wore casual clothes, no makeup, and tried to look as ordinary as possible. Rick looked around. Other customers were also watching the situation. An elderly couple waiting next to Lisa, young pharmacy technician Sarah Williams behind the counter, and pharmacy assistant Mike Davis organizing medications in the back. "Look, lady," Rick said, raising his voice, "I've been working in this business for 15 years. I've seen enough drug addicts to know one. You're a typical pill seeker." Lisa tensed inside but maintained her composure. "Sir, I'm just trying to fill the prescriptions my doctor gave me." "Doctors?" Rick laughed. "3 different doctors? 4 different painkillers? This is classic drug-seeking behavior." At this point, Sarah Williams also approached. "Mr. Thompson is right," she said. "This pattern is very suspicious." Mike Davis also called out from the back. "These kinds of people are ruining the neighborhood." Lisa took a deep breath. Due to the operation, she couldn't get into an argument. "I understand," she said quietly. "Then let me take my prescriptions back." "Yes, take them and go," Rick said, handing the prescriptions back to Lisa. "And don't come here again. This pharmacy is a respectable place." That evening, Lisa reported to team leader Special Agent Tom Rodriguez, not related, same surname. "Rick Thompson and the day shift appear clean," she said, "but they're overly suspicious. We should focus on the night shift." Tom nodded. "David Chen's shift starts at 10. Try going in tomorrow night." The next evening, Lisa went to the pharmacy again. This time it was 10:30 p.m. and the night shift was working. David Chen was sitting at the counter while Rick Thompson was resting at home. Lisa approached with the same prescriptions. When David Chen saw them, he smiled. "Sure, no problem at all," he said. "Cash or card?" Lisa was surprised. The day shift had rejected her, but the night shift accepted without any questions. This was evidence of Chen's illegal activities. "Cash," Lisa said. $300, Chen said. The normal price should have been $450. Lisa made the payment and took the medications. But this was just the beginning. She needed to gather more evidence over the coming weeks. For 3 weeks, Lisa came to the night shift with different identities. Each time, Chen filled suspicious prescriptions without question, sometimes even making sales without prescriptions. Lisa recorded all transactions. In the 4th week, Lisa came to the day shift again for a final test. Rick Thompson immediately recognized her when he saw her. "You again," Rick said. "I told you not to come here." "Please, I'm just trying to fill my prescription," Lisa said. "No," Rick said decisively. "You're a drug addict and I won't serve you." At this point, Sarah Williams called security. "We need security. There's someone looking for drugs." Mall security guard James Peterson came. "What's the problem?" "This woman keeps coming here trying to get painkillers," Rick said. "I think she's an addict." Peterson looked at Lisa. "Ma'am, please leave the premises." Lisa left the pharmacy without saying anything. It was time to complete the operation. Friday night, the FBI Phoenix team took action. At 11:30 p.m., they surrounded Westside Pharmacy. Special Agent Tom Rodriguez, Agent Lisa Rodriguez, and a 6-person tactical team were ready. David Chen was working alone on the night shift. When he heard the door ring, he thought a customer had come. But when he opened the door, FBI agents were standing in front of him. "David Chen, FBI, you're under arrest," said Tom Rodriguez. Chen was shocked. What's the charge?" "Illegal distribution of controlled substances, prescription fraud, conspiracy to distribute narcotics," Tom said. At this point, Lisa also entered. When Chen saw her, he was even more shocked. You were a customer." "No," Lisa said, showing her badge. "I'm Special Agent Lisa Rodriguez, FBI." Chen's face turned ashen. "Oh my God." During the operation, large amounts of illegally sold opioids, fake prescriptions, and illegal sales records kept in Chen's handwriting were seized from the pharmacy. The next morning, when Rick Thompson came to work, the pharmacy was sealed and surrounded by FBI crime scene tape. Police explained the situation to him. "David Chen has been arrested," said Detective Martinez, "for illegal drug sales." Rick was stunned. "David?" "But he was a good employee. And," the detective said, "the undercover agent who conducted the operation was the woman you accused of being a drug addict last week." Rick's world collapsed. "What do you mean?" "That woman was FBI agent Lisa Rodriguez. She had been investigating drug sales in this area for 6 months, and you refused to serve her." Rick slumped into his chair. I didn't know." That afternoon, local news announced the story. FBI Operation busts illegal drug sales at Westside Pharmacy. On the evening news, Lisa Rodriguez gave an interview. This operation was the result of an 8-month investigation. David Chen had made at least $50,000 worth of illegal opioid sales in the past 2 years. The next day, Rick went to the FBI Phoenix office. He wanted to speak with Lisa Rodriguez, receptionist. "Agent Rodriguez is very busy. Do you have an appointment?" "Please," Rick said. "I'm the manager of Westside Pharmacy. I want to apologize to her." 20 minutes later, Lisa came down to the lobby. When Rick saw her, he stood up. "Agent Rodriguez," Rick said, his voice trembling. I'm so sorry." Lisa smiled kindly. "Mr. Thompson, right? Thank you for coming." "I said terrible things to you," Rick said. "I accused you of being a drug addict. I threw you out of the pharmacy, and you were trying to protect my neighborhood." "Mr. Thompson," Lisa said calmly, "you didn't do anything wrong. The opioid crisis is a real problem. It's normal for you to be concerned." "But I treated you with prejudice." Lisa nodded. "This is part of my job. I understand this. What's important is that now people like David Chen are being arrested, and the neighborhood is safer." Rick wiped his eyes. "You're a hero, and I treated you disrespectfully." "Mr. Thompson," Lisa said, "I have a request from you." "Anything." "Use this experience as a learning opportunity. In the future, don't judge people too quickly. Sometimes help comes from the most unexpected places." Rick nodded. "I promise." A week later, Westside Pharmacy reopened. Rick Thompson began implementing new policies. He treated customers more kindly, reported suspicious situations to the FBI, but didn't humiliate people. It was also a lesson for Sarah Williams. "Mr. Thompson," she said one day. How professional that FBI agent was. She remained calm even when we treated her badly. "Yes," Rick said. "This taught me a lot. You never know who the person in front of you is." A month later, drug-related deaths in the neighborhood decreased by 60%. David Chen's arrest had broken an important link in the illegal opioid network in the area. Lisa Rodriguez received a certificate of appreciation from the Phoenix Police Department. But she experienced something more gratifying, a letter sent to her by Rick Thompson. "Dear Agent Rodriguez," he had written, "thanks to you, we not only caught drug dealers, but also reviewed our prejudices. Thank you for teaching justice, not prejudice. Respectfully, Rick Thompson." 6 months later, Lisa entered a supermarket for another undercover operation. This time, a security guard approached her suspiciously. "Excuse me, miss. You look suspicious," he said. Lisa smiled. This was part of the profession. "No problem, officer. Just shopping." But this time, something different happened. The supermarket manager approached and said to the security guard, "Hey, why are you treating this woman like this? Regardless of how she looks, everyone deserves respect." Lisa smiled to herself. Maybe Rick Thompson's lesson was spreading. Because sometimes the greatest victories are won silently. A pharmacy manager questioning his prejudices, a security guard thinking twice, a neighborhood becoming safer. Even in our darkest moments, justice finds a way. Sometimes through heroes working silently in unexpected disguises, and sometimes all it takes is for someone to say, regardless of how they look, everyone deserves respect. You may forget the story, but if no one tells it, history remains silent forever. Subscribe to Silent Heroes, where justice is honored, courage is remembered, and no undercover operation is ever lost.